Chapter 4. The next day I felt really scared. I did indeed have a lucky escape. Our human wasn't so stupid after all. He had seen through those two evil humans. But was he going to do anything about it? I somehow had the feeling that he wouldn't. I just hoped for all our sakes that no one of that sort ever came to view us cats here again. We had enough to cope with. Well, after those experiences, I felt nervy all morning. I really wanted to get out of here as fast as possible. Humans were not to be trusted, and if they came to the shelter, they were only pretending to be caring, animal-loving souls. No, they had other agendas. We were all doomed. But where could we go, and what choice did we have? Were we better off escaping? How could Lily and I face the cold, busy world alone and hungry again? There I sat in deep thought, thinking about what was going to happen to me, to us. And why was this happening to us when suddenly two women came in? I thought I'd heard voices before they entered, but I was so lost in my turmoil that I hadn't bothered to care. A youngish woman with dark hair tied back in a ponytail, and the other woman, older, with light brown curly hair, came in. They were both smiling, and I noticed a certain glow around them both. The kind of glow you only see around nice people. Even as a kitten, I knew what that glow meant, even if I had not seen it much back then. The dark-haired lady came forward, and her eyes glowed with delight as she looked at me, as I had just jumped up to greet her. I clung to the cage door with my long claws to sniff her fingers as she stuck them through the wire door. I recognised that this was her. This was the lady I had dreamed of for the last few nights. That wonderful dream where I remembered being held in her arms and I was all happy and content as I licked her ear and neck. I had felt so loved and cared for. It had been a magical feeling, and now she was here. Was I still dreaming? And here comes my baby. Athena, you remember in the story? She spoke to our human. She was looking at the other cats as she did so. The older lady had walked off to stare at the other cats and kittens, but the younger lady that I had by now chosen to be my mummy stayed close by. She stuck her finger in the door again and I licked it. I hoped she had some food for me, but she didn't. But I liked the way she smelled, and the loving light around her made me feel calm. Athena. But then she walked off to look at the other cats too. What did this mean? Did she not want me? I really thought she had. Maybe she doesn't recognise me, I thought. But it was a dream. I remembered. She probably didn't dream the same dream as me. It didn't work that way. Please don't like them better, I meowed. Then I sent her messages from my mind. I knew she would pick up. She just had that kind of aura about her. As I said, anyway, even if she had been looking at the other kittens, I could tell that I had already found my way into her big heart. The older woman, her mother, hesitated though. She likes another cat better than me, and I began to panic as I thought my new mummy might like it too. But no, she could hear me calling her back. She came back to me, but she seemed to want to look at my sister now. Why her? Lily had always liked to stay in the background, but now she started copying everything I did. I know I did tell her to watch me and learn, but now she was irritating me, especially now that I knew she was really jealous of me. It wasn't my fault that my fur had all these wonderful markings and hers was just black. But why could she not see that she was beautiful too? She was my sister. She shouldn't have to be jealous, should she? She shouldn't have to be jealous, should she? To my surprise, the mummy I had chosen touched Lily's nose, just like she had done mine. She felt sorry for her, I could tell. She wanted to take her and me home with her. She asked our human Do you only home them in pairs, or can I just take the one? You can take the one only if you would prefer. We understand that it's not always practical to rehome them in pairs for some people. The mummy I wanted, my mummy, hesitated. She wasn't going to take me. She wasn't going to take Lily, and not me, was she? But then it was my turn again. I jumped up in front of my sister and pounced up and down. Look at me, take me. Mummy laughed, and our human looked at me and said, I've already fed you. That made me angry because he wasn't feeding me enough. Couldn't he see that I was a skinny little kitty, skinny and starved of food and love? I longed to be cuddled and fed. My tummy rumbled a lot. I hoped Mummy could hear it and give me some food to eat. I could tell she probably had a lot of cat food in her house. I saw it in her mind. She was showing me Felix pouches, which is what they fed us at the shelter. I stared up at her and she smiled into my eyes again, touching my nose and rubbing it with her finger through the wire door. I pounced again and meowed loudly, me, take me. But I didn't have to try any harder. Mummy told our human, the human that fed us, or thought he did, that she would like to take me home. Lily fell to the floor and looked so jealous and sad. I felt sorry for her, but kept looking at my new mummy as she spoke to our human. They soon left though, and I too felt sad. I had been so sure she would be taking me with her, but then I remembered that some other cats didn't go home with their new mummy and daddy straight away. Their new parents, or owners, usually came back after a few days to take them home, but sometimes it took ages to come, and I really hoped my mummy wouldn't leave me here any longer. As she left, I could still hear her talking with our human. I tried to make contact with her, but I couldn't. Oh well, I thought as I sat down in my bed and pulled my paws under my chest. I shall just have to wait. But I worried in case something would happen that would make Mummy change her mind. I felt scared again, and also restless and hungry. All the other cats started to get on my nerves, and so did my sister. It's not fair, she said sadly. You found a new home. What about me? Wow, I feel sorry for Lily. I feel guilty.